Good morning. I am very happy to address this session on a YouTube prepared by Donate to Save Life organization sponsored by Indian Community Welfare Organization.
Greetings to all. It is a great pleasure and we extremely pleased and honored that we are going to talk to Dr. Professor C.M.K. Reddy, one of the leading vascular surgeon in the world, and he is based in Chennai, and we have a great opportunity to talk to him about and know about his biography of serving as a medical profession in India. Doctor, can you please tell us about your family background?
Actually, we come from a middle class agriculture family in Nellore district, and both my parents, you will be surprised to know, they don't even know English. They have not had even a formal education, but somehow they were bent upon educating the children. So we migrated to Gudur from our village, and where out of 6 brothers, they made 4 of us are doctors, and I am the youngest in the family. And I studied in Nellore initially, then Guntur Medical College. Then I had 5 years of training in world famous university, Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, USA, where I had 5 years of general surgery and vascular surgery training. So I was fortunate, and then from there I went to UK, took my FRCS, then returned to India in 1970.
Doctor, can you please tell us about your teaching experience, teaching in medical college for quite long time, I think nearly 30 years.
30 years.
And you don't draw any single rupee as a salary. And this is quite amazing for us to, we are always get motivated to know this type of information.
30 years I was honorary professor.
Yeah.
I didn't draw a single rupee as a salary. I said I don't want salary. See, after having trained in USA, I settled in Chennai for 2 reasons, though I belong to Andhra Pradesh. One is that I was interested in teaching. I want to transfer our knowledge to the younger generation, so that what all we learned in the various countries should be benefited to this generation in India. I could have settled in USA and started practicing and made a lot of money, but then that is not the whole thing. I wanted to come back and serve our country. And teaching, particularly surgery, is a very interesting subject, because when you are doing surgery, operating, you can't teach because you are busy operating. So I thought this is not the best way to teach. So what I did was, I videographed all my surgery and zoomed the actual operating scene, put them on the screen, sit in the classroom and teach them next day.
But they have both opportunity of listening and also
I sit with them and clarify their doubts. I tell them why you do this, why we don't do like that, what is the idea of doing like
national award you won.
This is given to extremely knowledgeable and people who have done enormous amount of work in their field in medicine, in the name of Dr. B.C. Roy, who was a greatest physician who has done a lot of things, including he started Indian Medical Association, and he was a physician to Nehru. Then he became Chief Minister of West Bengal. So after he died, an award was instituted in his name, because interestingly, he was born and died on July 1st. So July 1st also is named as a Doctor's Day in India. And then an award was instituted in his name, and every year for each category only 4 awards were given. I was one of the 4 in that year, in 2000, when I was selected, and I was the only person from South India under the category of eminent medical teacher.
Very prestigious.
Very prestigious. It is the other very prestigious thing I should tell you is that I was invited to England and UK to examine FRCS. So I am an FRCS examiner. After 25 years after I did my FRCS there, they now invited me to examine their students.
Usually people say you are studying FCRA,
FRCS itself is a big thing. Now,
You become a teacher in the
being invited as an examiner to FRCS is the greatest honor any Indian teacher can get.
Okay, sure.
So, I am bestowed with that honor. I am very fortunate that way.
Doctor, can you please tell us about your role in medical universities?
Tamil Nadu DR.MGR Medical University was started when I was professor in Stanley Medical College, and then I was elected as a Senate member and also a syndicate member. So I was the only professor to be elected to the medical university. All other people are deans, directors. So I had the honor of being elected to the highest forum in the medical university, where I was in charge of syllabus. I was in charge of various. I did lot of reforms in medical curriculum, both UG and PG. I was in charge of PG curriculum. So I did lot of updating. I converted all MCQ questions. Earlier they were all answer essay type questions. I said the MCQs were very popular because if you go abroad, everything is MCQ questions. So I said let us convert our students also to MCQ. And I did lot of reforms. All the old methods were all removed and then updated, and then medical university have done lot of reforms, and students are very happy during that period.
Doctor, can you please tell us about your role in Tamil Nadu Medical Council?
The Medical Council is found by the Act of the Assembly to monitor the ethical and moral standards of medical profession. This is in short. Like every profession has a council, like there is a bar council for lawyers, there is a nursing council, physiotherapy council, dental council. So the lawmakers felt only a doctor can identify mistake by a doctor. Others cannot identify. That is how they formed council, so that they can monitor the performance of the doctors. That is the idea of the council. So each state has a council. So I became president of the Tamil Nadu Medical Council, elected by nearly 60,000 doctors. Unanimously I became the chairman because they thought I could do some reforms. And I did lot of reforms. You won't believe that when I took over, the register containing 60,000 doctors, they were all MBBS. Nobody registered their PG qualifications, which according to the rule they should. So I said, give them 3 months time, let everybody register their PG qualifications, otherwise tell them they can't practice as specialists. Then within 3 months everybody registered. See, now what happens? With a click of the button, we can tell how many cardiologists are there, how many urologists are there, how many ophthalmologists are there. Or suppose you are practicing Tanjavur district. In Tanjavur district, how many cardiologists are there, you can tell. So this kind of analysis can be done only by medical council, because there every single doctor registers, regardless of profession, subject, whatever.
There's opportunity to monitor, guide them and teach them.
So we have created awareness of ethical and moral values of medical profession. So a lot of changes we have done. So that way I was happy. And now that is being done, because when I took over for nearly 40-50 years, nobody took interest, and it was public even doesn't know that there is a medical council. I created awareness there is a medical council. This is a responsibility. We are supposed to monitor the doctor's performance, and if you have any complaint, you come to us, we will rectify. So in the Madhuri awareness I have created. This was not there earlier. So this is how the medical, now it is, after I left, it has taken off nicely. Now it is functioning extremely well.
Okay. Can you please give your advice for the patient for a good health?
See, public, they do lot of mistakes and get into all kinds of trouble. Let me tell you 4 or 5 important things. One is self-medication. This is very, very bad, because every medicine has some side effects. And if you don't know the pharmacology, and you can get into all kinds of problems. Second is, you go to pharmacy, the pharmacy gives you some tablets. It is bad, because, and third very important thing is, you go to an unqualified doctor. We call them quacks. See, they may appear cheaper. They are going to a qualified doctor. But then in the long run what happens, that fellow gives some medicine by which disease becomes worse. and then you ultimately spend more to get recovery. So it is not going to be cheaper. So not going to an unqualified doctor is very, very important. Self-medication also is not very important. So these are the things, number one. Number two, when you have a problem, choose a doctor, not a hospital. Because you go to a hospital by name, there will be about 40-50 doctors, let us say, in that hospital. All 50 may not be of the same level. So you may run into a good fellow or a not so good fellow also. Instead, you choose a doctor who is good. Then wherever he is, you go there, because then other indoor advantage also is there, because the doctor will know that you have come for him. You have come for his consultation. You didn't go to a hospital and he happened to be sitting there. That kind of personal relationship will develop when you go to a doctor. So better you choose a doctor, not the hospital. Third very important thing is always have an accessible family doctor available, because he is available 24 hours and he knows your family. He knows your family background, financial background. If there is a problem, he will direct you where to go. Don't straight go to a super specialist, because you know what happens if you have a headache, you go to a neurosurgeon, he will do all kinds of tests and say, no, I think it's something wrong with the eye, go to the eye doctor. Then you go to the eye, he does all the tests and say, I think better is some sinus problem, go to an ENT man. Then finally you end up with a psychiatrist. So better you have a good, accessible, reliable family doctor. He will guide you where you should go, so that you save time, you save money. He will interact with the specialist, so that specialist will take interest. This is very, very advantageous. Unfortunately, that system is slowly vanishing, which is very bad. Because you know, if you see an old movie, you find hero suddenly taken ill, you find a doctor coming in a car with a bag, and then he gives an injection and says, okay, I'll give you tomorrow these tablets and instruction good 3.1. You don't see those scenes nowadays, because nowadays doctors don't go home at all. There are no home visits by doctors because of so many issues, security issues, legal issues. All these things have come. But this is very unfortunate. But a good family doctor is still very, very useful. Then, fourth is that don't believe this kind of magic remedy advertisements. You find advertisement, there is a cure for AIDS, a cure for cancer. Without surgery, we can cure cancer. All kinds of advertisements you see. You know, unfortunately, there is an act by the government of India. These kind of advertisements should not come without being screened by experts. So, public can get misled by going to this, and then finally, by the time you realize it is all bogus, you would have already spent a lot of money. So, please don't believe these magic remedies and these kind of false advertisements. And finally, I want to tell you the 4 doctors you should always trust in your life. One is Dr. Diet. Second is Dr. Exercise. Third is Dr. Lifestyle. In the drinking, smoking, drugs and overeating, all these things, fast food, all these things. And fourth is Dr. Take It Easy. This is very, very important. These 4 doctors, if you realize, then you will be away from many of the diseases. So this is the advice I want to give to general public.
Yeah, well, can you please give advice to the doctors in general, and particularly young doctors?
Young doctors. You know, I think most any profession, there is service and there is also income. Any profession. But in medicine, I think the service is more than the income. The service attitude should be more than the income, because income will come anyway. But the service is very important, because you are treating humans. You are treating human illnesses, and they think that you are the God to save him from illness. So on the mindset, they come with that kind of mindset. We should honor them. We should see that good doctor-patient relationship is maintained. That is ultimately, you know, if you talk to the patient properly and then communicate properly with him, half the disease is over for him. He gets relieved, and then remaining half you can handle with medicines. So this is most important thing is develop a good doctor-patient relationship. Second, you want to train abroad, anywhere in the world, go. No harm. Get trained. But come back and settle down in India, because our patients, our public require your services more than any other country. Don't, you know what happens? In a government hospital, if you want to become a doctor, the government spends at least several lakhs of rupees on you to make you a doctor. And then after that you go and settle down in Canada and practice there. What about all this money spent on you by the government? See, this is bad economics. So that is how I returned. I returned because I thought I owe to this country, because I studied in a government hospital and I should come back and serve to my people. So this is what I advise. You get trained anywhere, no harm. As long as you want, you get trained, but ultimately settle down in India and do service to our patients, because that will be always more gratifying, and you are a class 1 citizen here. Remember, any other country you are only class 2 citizen. So that respect is always here in India, and we are all very comfortable. Patients treat us well. So that is third one. Fourth one, medicine is fast advancing. Every day new things are coming. What we learned 10 years back is half of it has become outdated already. So you should keep updating yourself. This is very, very important. You don't update, you don't attend conferences, you don't attend medical education programs, you become useless. You are outdated. And then you can have not only medical issues, you can have legal issues also, because you give some medicine which is in the modern era is not prohibited, it's prohibited. And then you are not aware of it, you can get into problem. So updating, constant updating is very important in medicine, because every day something new is happening. No field of medicine is exempt. You take any subject, what we learned 10 years back is almost half the time is outdated. Some new things have come. So this is very important. Patients also expect you to know the latest developments. So that way you should update yourself. And lastly, most important, be punctual, don't be commercial, don't do too much of advertising, and then follow ethics, and then guidelines given by legal experts, so that you don't get into any legal issues, because you should know the law of the land, statutes. Act judiciously. Don't have to do anything out of the way. Act judiciously, be available, and be non-commercial. This is all I can tell you. And patients will love you if you are not commercial. You take it from me. And nowadays patients have become very smart. They go on the net, they know many things. So they can easily judge between two doctors, difference between two doctors. So it's very important that youngsters, you don't try to think of making quick money. Money will come, but let it come. When the time comes, it will come. But you should work so that you are professional. You are in a low profession, we call them a noble profession. So we must maintain that nobility only by our performance and our behavior. And not only as a doctor, also in public. When you move in public also, you should know that you are a doctor. You should move like that, you should behave like that. Then only our profession is respected by the society. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you for watching this video. Please press like button, share with your friends, give your comments, and please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.